Alright, remember, we move ahead with our exam readiness. So this is lesson 2. We've done our first lesson and we have covered our expressions, 6 marks in the bag. Now we move to lesson 2. Let's see what it has in store. So in this lesson, we cover question 4. It could be any other question in your exam, but it is on exponents. So I propose, as in the other one, that if your multiple choice have too many options to make, your true and false, too many options to select from, don't waste too much time there. Rather come to these ones straightforward. As you can see there, they say simplify. It's either you know it or you don't know it. If you know your rules, you just apply quickly, get these 12 marks, then you can go back to your multiple choice. So remember, please pause, do it, then you can only view after that. Enjoy. Alright, remember, how did it go? Did you get the 12 marks? Did you do, or you just going to be a viewer? I hope not. So remember, I'm going to go straight into the answers in most of them, because as you can see, they are 1 mark, most of them. Let's say half of them are 1 mark and the other half is 2s and 3. So that we see that in an exam, how do we approach this? We don't waste time. Then those that need me to expand a little bit, I'll come back to them just after we've seen what's possible when you are ready and you are sharp like that. So maybe you agree with me. You say when they say start, you go to your algebra, you go to your exponents, you go to your numbers, where you simply have to do what? Give answers. So that first one, you're going to say what? It's a to the 5. Few seconds, 1 mark in the bag. Then you go to 4.2. 4.2, you say, examiner, me, I don't get confused. I know that anything that is to the power of 0, it's a 1. You just leave it like that and you go to the next one. 4.3. You say, examiner, me, I'm cruising like that. I want all these marks in the shortest possible time. This is a 1 as well, because anything divided by itself is a 1. What is it? This is a... No, what am I doing? This is 4.5. So all you do, okay, in an exam, guys, this all of these would be written in a booklet. So this one, 4.5, will be in its column. What is it? In its block. So I'm just gonna change that. I don't want to waste time because I want you to see what's possible. So then you go to 4.3. Maybe you were confused in 4.3, but you remember as you go and you say, no, man, there are 3 x's on top and there's 2 at the bottom. So it means there'll be 2 that are left at the bottom. Then you go ahead. You say, okay, which other one can I do quickly? Then you go, I can do 4.6 quickly. I can do 4.6 quickly because in 4.6, I know that the square root of 25 is 5. And I know that the square root of y to the 16 is y to the 8. Then you are done. Okay. Then you say, all right. Okay. All the simple ones with 1, 1, 1 are done, isn't it? Which other one is there? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know. You say, no, I'm done with the 5. Then you say, okay, let me start now with the 2's. Then you go to the 2's, you look and you say, it seems like all of them are difficult. Okay, let me start with 4.4. You go to 4.4 and you say, okay, I see the examiner that, no, maybe the examiner just wants to see, how do I handle the top? At the top, we have, what do we have? We have a 2 that is multiplying a what? A 3, isn't it? Okay, so you have a 6 there. then you know that the x's will give me an x5. Then you look at the other variable, you say that the y's will give me a y squared, y to the power of 2. Then you say, okay, it means this other one doesn't change because there's no multiplication of the variables. Let me just do this. Examiner, I think I have one mark from that. Then you say, okay, these numbers will give me a half, so I just do that. Then I say, okay, what about my x's? There's 5 on top and then there's 6 at the bottom. It means I'll be left with 1x at the bottom. Then you look at the y's. Then you say, no, there's 2 y's on top and 3. It means I have this. Then you are done. 2 marks. Then you say, no, me, I'm sharp like that. I'm not so easy sharp. I'm ready. Then you look at these other 2. You say, no, I'm going to do 4.8. Okay, remember, as I said, in your booklet, it will be in its block. So you can skip 4.7 and go to, what is it, this other one, 4.8. And then you'll come back to the other one that looks long. Then you say, okay, my numbers, they give me a 30 on top. And then I have my x squared and my y cubed. And then you say, okay, at the bottom I have a 12 and then I have an x, y to the 4. Then you say, examiner, this time what are you trying to catch me with? Let me see, examiner, I think you are trying to catch me with this. You want to see whether I know my numbers. I know that 6 goes there and also know that 6 goes there. But 12 doesn't go there. Okay, it means my LCD there is what? Is my 6, isn't it? So it means 6 goes the 5, and then there at the bottom it goes twice. And I can't simplify further. Then I look at this and I say, okay, what about my variables? This time, what is happening now? It looks like I have more x's on top. I have 1 extra x on top. And then at the bottom, it cancels out. Then I say, okay, what about my y's? I have got 1 more at the bottom. Then I say, examiner, I'm done. Examiner, I have my 9 marks. I'm left with what? Now I'm left with 4.7. What is it that you're trying to catch me with in 4.7? Done all the other ones. Now I can concentrate on this one. And then you say, okay, let me concentrate on this one. Then you say, okay, hey, examiner, 3 marks. It means you are looking for many things here. And I'm sure the space in the booklet of your exam will be bigger for this 3 marks. Then you say, I know that when I have this situation, what does it mean? So let's go to the left there. I have a bracket, and then in the bracket, what do I have? I have all these variables and that coefficient. All of them are what? Are cubed. They are raised to 3. And I see that here, there are no plus signs. Then I say, no, examiner, I know what you want. You want me to power each one. So if I power each one, it means each one I must do what? I must multiply by 3 on top. And then you say, even this one I multiply by 3. Then you say, examiner, I know that even here I multiply by 3. Then you go now and say, okay, it is this part, isn't it? What about the other part? The other part, there is no power. It's not in the bracket. All the alphabets are different, so I'm not multiplying anything. I'm just rewriting it so that I go back to this other left part. Then I say, okay, examiner, me, I know my powers. 3 times 3 is 9, but this is not 3 times 3. This is 3 times 3 times 3, 9 by 3, which is what? Which is 27. Then I know that this one, it's a 15. then I know that this one is a what? This one is a 6. Then I know that this one is a what? Is a 9. I still write that other part the way it was. Then I go like this. Then I go like this. And I say D to the 8, E to the F4. The examiner just wants me now to do what? To go to my calculator. Because this 9 and that, it's gonna make me dizzy. But me, I know my numbers. This is 3 times 3. So if I take 3 times 3, if I take 3 times 3, I can say 3 times 27, which is what? Which is 81. 81 times another 3 is what? It's 240, 243. Then I write down 243. Otherwise, I'll show you some other one, member. Then I look at my D's. I have my 15, and then I have my 8. I know that my D's will give me 823. Then I go my E. Here there's 6, there's 1. So if it means I have 7. And then this F, I have a 9 and I have a 4. It means I have a 13 there. Then I say, examiner, I think I have all the 3 marks here. Examiner, if I don't have 3 marks here, examiner, it means you tricked me somewhere, but I don't know where you're going to trick me, because me, I think I'm sharp like that. How many minutes is that? Less than 10 minutes, isn't it? Without the talking and the introduction, everything, we are now under 11 minutes. So it means with the introduction, I can take another minute. So it's less than 10, isn't it? Okay. So that's what is possible when you are sharp like that and you are ready like that. Okay. Right, so let's go through each one step by step, member, so that we are comfortable with what is happening here. So here, what did we have? We had this bracket, isn't it? We had this bracket, 3, D to the 5, E to the 2, and then what? F to the 3. And all of them are what? Are raised to 3. And if I had each one of them, this 3, I would have 3 of them, which will be what? Which will be 3 to the 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is what? 3 to the 3. This one, I would also have 3 of them that are multiplying. And what do? They must give me a 5 plus 5. But I can't do this for all of them because it's going to be a waste of time. So all I do now, I simply take the power that is there and multiply by a power. So when we have a power and another power, we raise a power by a power, we simply multiply the powers. Okay. What about this one? This one, it will be E2, E2, E2. So I'm not writing the pluses now. I'm just showing you what is happening. This one, F3, 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 9. I'm not writing like that. Okay, so it's F9. Okay, so does all of these go with this? Let us see. 3. What did I do here? Did I write a 3? Yeah, it doesn't look like a 3. Ne? With my mouth, I said 3, but with my writing, my doctor writing, the curve at the bottom of the 3 is small. Looks like a 2. So, do I have a 3 to the 3? Yes, I have a 3 to the 3. Do I have a D to the 15? Okay, I didn't write it there, but 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Do I have E to the 6? Yes. Do I have F to the 9? Right. You see what happened there? That's what happened. Okay. So in an exam, when you are done with everything, you just still have 15 minutes, you're still waiting for the examiner to say pens down, you come back and you do these things. You just check that, okay, did I do the right thing? You just check. Say, no, I did the right thing. Then you are fine with all of those. Then what happens now with this? I have now the d to the 15 with what? With the d to the 8. They are also multiplying, even though they are far from each other. They are separated by the operation of what? Of multiplication. It means, what must I do? When we multiply same bases, what do? We add the top, isn't it? 15 plus 8. Me, I know my numbers. It's 23. Same thing here. I add the 6 and the 1 because there's an invisible 1 there. Let me write it so that, the Thomases, I say, why do you just do that? You see now, because I'm making mistakes. E to the 6, e to the invisible 1. When I add these two, they gave me a 7. What about that one? I am not writing it. Can't spoon feed you like that. You can just figure it out. Then you say, okay, I still have another 5 minutes or another 10 minutes. They're not collecting. Let me check. This 27 and this 9. I know that if I have 10 of them, it will be 270. But I don't want 10 of them. I want 9. So I'm going to separate that 10 and the 9. The 10, I separate it into a 9 and a 1. So I'm separating this 270. I do what? 10 minus 3. What am I doing? What is it? 6, isn't it? Yeah, 6 minus 2. Yeah, like that. I say, no, I got it. Maybe I said, I don't like this method. This is so easy method. But it's nice method, this one. If you're multiplying by 9, you multiply by 10, and then you minus one of those things that you are multiplying. Simple, easy. Because this one, it wants you to know your numbers. Times table, if you are my member from January, we fixed the timetable. 9 times 6 is what? Look at me, I'm saying 9 times 6. 9 times 7, I'm thinking about the 63. 9 times 7 is 63. I carry what? I carry a 6, isn't it? Okay, so I must add a 6 there. Then 9 times 2 is what? 9 times 2 is 18, isn't it? How is it going to help me now? Okay, let's do this. 9 times 7 is a 63. Then 9 times 2 is an 18. You remember, place value. That 2 is a 20. Then I have a 3. Then I have a 4. Carry 1. Then I have what? 243. You see, math so easy like that. Gives you all the things so that even in an exam, when they say calculate the following without a calculator, you can do your column and your place values. So I've shown you so many things, isn't it, member? What about the other ones, member? Let's look at the other ones. Let's look at these ones. This one, 3 plus 2, isn't it? These ones I don't, 3 plus 2. What about 4.2? Yeah, 4.2. Anything to the power of 0 is 0. Okay, just be careful there. So if you had, where do I squeeze this? Let me put it here. If you had x to the power of, let me see, what do I want to use? If you had x to the power of 3 plus 1 to the power of 0, what's going to happen? This one will be a 1. Okay, but this one does not have a 0. So you'd write it like this. You'd say x to the power of 3 and 1. But this time it is everything that is inside. So anything that is inside your bracket. Doesn't matter. All of them will be to the power of 0. Okay. So it's a 0 there. It's a 1. That's what they wanted to see with the 4.2. Then 4.5. Remember, anything divided by itself is a 1. 4.3. We know that if we have x to the cubed divided by x to the 5, it's what? It's x to the 3 minus 5, which is what? Which is x to the negative 2. And the only way we are allowed to give the final answer, it must be positive. So we move this, we make it positive, it goes there. There's an invisible one there, we leave it on top. If there was a 2, we will leave the 2 on top. If it was a p, we would leave a p on top. Okay, this is what they wanted to see in this one. Okay, as I was talking, I was thinking about something else in this one. Oh yes, the other way that you can look at this one, I'm going to squeeze it here. I'm going to squeeze it here. You have this situation, x, x, x. You have how many x's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these ones, they even out, isn't it? They take care of each other. So you'll be left with 2. 1 times 1 times 1, invisible ones. Leave me with 1. And then x times x is what? X squared. That's how you think about it. But you can't do this for all of them. Because what if it was x to the 15? Are you going to do 15 of these on top? You don't. You must just know this rule. Okay. Law number 2. When you divide exponents to the same base, you subtract the what? The powers. Okay. Yeah. What about 4.6? I think it's the last one, isn't it? Yeah. As long as you have, what is it? As long as you have no plus or no sign inside a square root, you must know that each one can also go as a square root without, look at me, without doing what? Without changing its original value. Then this one, we know that there's an invisible 2 there. So we do what? We say 16 divided by 2. But this one, we don't divide by 2. We take the square root because this one is what? This one is 5 squared. And if I divide a 2 by 2, I'm going to have what? I'm going to have 5 to the power of 1, which is that. Here, 16 divided by 2 gives me an 8. This is what this whole exercise is about. Remember, do you know your exponents? Do you know the rules for multiplication, for division, for raised to 0, for raising power by power? Do you also know your what? Your square roots. Do we divide by what? We divide by 2. Okay. So here, if you had a 3 there by 4.6, if there was a 3 there, you would divide these exponents by 3. But this one, you must know your cube roots. You must know what 3 times 3 times 3 is. 4 times 4 times 4 is. Okay. Yeah, I think, remember, I'm goodo like that. 4.1 up to 4.8. There is 4.7. I've shown you. And I think this was a nice warm-up to remind us about our exponents. So we meet again in another video. We will look at what? Our relations, input, output. What will we look at? Our ratios, our finance. We will look at what? Our graphs. Yeah, we will look at all those things, remember. Okay, so hope you saw the video links. Otherwise, I'll keep on updating the what is it, the description in the videos, so that you can check the video links. Otherwise, member, you can go to your private email so that you check if there is any new videos that I've done for you. Okay, right. Thank you for working hard, member. Let us push for our final exams. Okay, let's meet in the next video.